Hey everyone, here we have two boom boxes. One a little high quality than the other one, but I don't know. Oh, kidding aside, yeah, we have a Sony CFD-8 and the Cytronics. I don't even know what this is. There you go, model 126647. And yeah. So my idea is, I think this still has good belts in it for the tape player, and I know this has bad belts in the tape player. So what I want to do is, if these belts are still good, I want to take the belts from this, since this has issues, and I want to put the belts in this, even though this has a screwed up CD player. Alright, so first things first, we gotta make sure this thing even works. So, plug it in here. You can look it down there. If this, hold on, let me put this in. Alright, so I got the power cord in. Let's see if this does anything.
Heart care is happening at Wells. We're talking research and procedures that are changing.
Well, it works. There's no antenna, so it's not going to work very well.
All the time. What? Living a chip shot away.
A very dirty volume control. But that doesn't matter to me. I want to see how this... Yeah. Exactly how I remember. There's this spindle missing. I want to see if anything still works, so... Nope. Well, that does something. Oh, it's a dirty connections, but yeah, I can see this thing should still have good belts in it that I can use, so perfect. Alright, now to get into this, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws, I think? Yeah, 7 screws, so I'll unscrew those and I'll be back. I gotta say, for working on boom boxes, I really recommend getting a long screwdriver like this, because it can reach down into these holes, and yeah, it works on it works for when they're really down in there. And also, this one seems to be magnetized, and that helps pull the screw out. So yeah, if you're gonna work on boom boxes, get yourself a long screwdriver. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. Just you want it not to be like a brand that won't last you very long. Alright, now that we have it apart, we can get a better view of this mechanism. Now, it looks like it's just your standard tape mechanism of the time. You can see where this thing broke. The reel here is missing a piece, and also it's not supposed to do that either. You can see over here versus there. So yeah, this thing, not worth repairing. No, not exactly meant to be serviced either. You can see the motor wires going to the motor soldered, and actually most of the wires are just soldered directly. Or at least they had the ability to use what looks like a genuine Mabuchi motor, so wasn't that bad. It's got a metal flywheel. So yeah. Wasn't too terrible, and I remember when this thing worked, it wasn't, I mean, these speakers didn't sound good, but the mechanism didn't have that bad of a sound to it. Worked okay. Okay, so I got the belt out, and I unfortunately kind of messed up a brake system that this thing had. I think that's what it would call it. It's to help it stop immediately, I think. At least that's what I think it does, but unfortunately I ruined it. But I did get the belts out, and they're still in decent shape. I mean, it's, like I said, I'm not going to play a tape in this thing again. I mean, it's been sitting up in storage just waiting for me to remove the belts and put it in something a little better. Yeah. You know, it's good when one of the screws has a little bit of corrosion on it. You see that there? I just noticed that. Sorry about that. I just noticed one of the screws had a little bit of corrosion on it. Alright, now that's all back together. Time to go to the next specimen. Here's why these long screwdrivers are great. Watch this, watch this, watch this. And it reaches a screw. How about that, huh? Okay, so after a quick food break, you know, you don't want to be hungry when fixing stuff. I'll be getting these screws out and seeing if these belts here are compatible with the mechanism. I have a feeling they should be because it was standardized, at least on the Boombox Tanishin mechanisms, if this has one of those. Screws are removed. The front of this should theoretically, yep, there we go. Gotta be careful with these wires. I'll have to disconnect those, but yeah, let me rotate this. But yeah, the front's off. Rotate. Hold on, let me. Alright, so now that that part is off the front, we can get a look at the inside, and you can see that there's similarities to the other mechanism. The motor's there, the mechanism's here, and I believe this has melted belts. I'll look at that later when I get this off. Man, this makes it so much easier to work on. I was able to get the whole boombox off to the side, and now we can now take our first look at the mechanism itself. Making sure I don't knock any screws on the floor. And you can see there's some lack of a belt, and there would be some down in that gap there. Let me see if I can shed some light on this situation. There we go. Yep, there's some of the belt. Now I'll have to clean all that out, see if we can get this to work. Let me see if I can prop this phone up. Yeah, I know, I'm making a video with a phone, but that's because I don't have a very good camcorder. Let's see if I can show you guys just how bad the belt is. Well, you can already tell just by this piece here. But it's literally, like, it's not even a belt anymore, it's just like rubber goop. All melted. And just take it and cut it up. There you go. I'll get the frame in. Yeah, there you go. There's what happened to that belt. I gotta clean all this off. This will be fun. There we go. I regret that. I regret what I've done. Oh yeah, I'll clean up. You know, a good thing my fast food came with napkins. Okay, so a development has been made. This belt is too small, and this belt is a little big, but it does still work. So I'll have to come up with something to get this to work, because I want to be able to play cassettes in this thing, if nothing else. This disaster is a Radio Shack cassette recorder from what I can assume is the late 80s or early 90s. It doesn't work. It's likely why it was so cheap when I got it a long time ago. So, and you can tell I've already been in it by the fact screws are already removed. And it's got belts in it. So I'll see how to harvest them out of this. So will any of what I've just found prove functionality? I don't know, I guess we're gonna find out. Even though this belt here is really thin, it may have a chance of working. So, see what happens. Okay, now that I have the wrong belts in here, but they seem to fit, we can put it back in the thing and try it for a test. Alright, now that's back in. Now we gotta put the face of the thing back on. Man, even though I'm not a huge fan of Sony products, I gotta give them props. This thing is super easy to work on. It's like everything's on connectors. It's only things you only go in one way. The screws are super obvious where they go. I gotta say, I'm truly impressed. Okay, now that all the screws are back in, we can plug it in here. It's over here. Yep, there it is. It's plugged in. First, we'll see if the rest. I blew it up. Sounds like it's working okay. CD player works enough as it did originally. CD player kind of stopped working, but now, the moment we were waiting for, will this work? And the answer is no. Man. Nope. That's unfortunate. Well, I guess that's what happens when you use a belt from something else. I'm trying to think if I have any other stuff I can steal belts from, but I don't think so. Well, I guess that answers the question. Can you use belts from another tape recorder to fix an Can you use belts from one boombox to fix another? The answer is no, unless if they have the same mechanism. I did notice this one is slightly different. The belt. Although, does that mean I'm going to take these belts out? The answer is no, because I'm not going to bother fixing that other thing or that Radio Shack. Both of them are either, well, they're both not worth it in my opinion, and also the Radio Shack thing is far too common. Well, too bad that's not a happier outcome. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want, that'd be kind of neat. You know all the things you can do on YouTube. See ya. Aw, man. Hey guys, a development has been made. I'm going to put that in there. Now that's what I call fixed. So what happened is that this belt that snapped, I was trying to use this for the motor. It was too big and it fell off and got wrapped around it, and that's why it snapped. Well, I found two suitable replacements. I'm not going to show it now that I got this thing mostly back together. I just got to put the screws back in. But yeah, now it's working. Plays tapes once again. Probably the first time in 20 years. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and more to come later.